If you've been on YouTube for the past few years, you should be familiar with the travesty that is YouTube boxing. Now first off, let me start off by saying I'm a huge fan of boxing, the real kind. I don't know what it is about watching two really buff niggas hit each other with blows that'll probably leave them geriatric and bedridden by 60, but it does something for me. Whether it be classics like the Rumble in the Jungle, that weird YouTube channel that has a video on every Mike Tyson fight, Mayweather vs Pacquiao, the Fury vs Wilder trilogy, or even the greats like White Chocolate. But as soon as you come up here talking about that YouTube boxing shit, you better get ready for this knuckle sandwich, blood. This might as well be the biggest insult to the art of boxing to ever exist. Nowadays, it's gotten to the point where I can't even sit through a whole 8-round match of this without catching up on some sleep. The weird thing is though, I didn't always feel this way. Back in the day, YouTube boxing was actually pretty fun and entertaining. But now, it took a turn for the worst. This YouTube boxing shit is getting out of hand slowly but surely. I mean, this shit is completely different to what it used to be. To think back in the day, this whole thing was started when a prehistoric YouTuber named Joe Weller and some guy decided to settle their internet beef by throwing hands. To be honest, it was a pretty good idea. Instead of exchanging 10 back and forth response videos that just so happen to be monetized, you can just beat the shit out of your ops. And I still remember all the build up to that second KSI and Logan Paul fight. This time, they got a professional promoter, Eddie Hearn, to make it happen, and it's pretty obvious that bro was only there for the bag. I mean, we all know this guy definitely didn't give a damn about a FIFA YouTuber and an amateur snuff film director smacking each other around for 6 rounds until he saw them in a sold-out arena. I remember seeing this thing being discussed on news stations and by professional fighters, and Justin Bieber's weird level of engagement, and thinking to myself, you know, this is a bit much. A lot of other people thought the same thing. Anybody over the age of 30 realized the complete and utter goofiness of two YouTubers fighting. But to us 13 and 14 year olds, this might as well have been Ali versus Tyson. A big part of what made this shit good was the fact that it was so ghetto and unprofessional. Ain't nothing funnier than watching two narcissist influencers clash egos, but the modern version of YouTube boxing is the complete opposite of that. Now all these influencer fighters are serious about being professionals. Imagine being a young guy who has dreamed of being a pro boxer your whole life and clashing with the greats, training and studying the art of boxing painstakingly for years. Had a couple of amateur fights between shifts when you're not serving Big Macs, only to see a goddamn YouTuber fighting the boxer of your dreams. Now me personally, I wouldn't take that. This YouTube boxing shit is now just a shortcut into a pro fighting career. How the hell did Logan Paul get to fight Floyd Mayweather after having one official fight, which was a loss to another YouTuber? And despite being half his age, 40 pounds heavier, and 7 inches taller, he barely survived in that ring. Jake Paul was out here knocking out senior citizens and started feeling himself a bit too much, only to lose to the one actual boxer he fought. And somehow, despite only having L's to his name and one dub, Deji got to fight Mayweather. And it was really obvious that this one was just a cash grab and they weren't even trying to hide it. Floyd was out here hitting emotes in the middle of the fight straight up. I didn't even pay to watch that fight, but I still felt cheated afterwards. I think I've said enough shit about this for one video. In conclusion, it's just a cash grab, man. Nothing more, nothing less. I mean, if you lose, the worst thing that can happen to you is that you get turned into a meme.